Hi there everybody, it's Shirley Young here from Handed Me by Shirley. I hope you're all well. I've come on this afternoon just to make this lovely wee gift box, cased by Paper Daisy Crafting, Jo Chapman. She did make a stack of boxes. I'm only going to use our base box idea. So it's perfect for keeping some hand cream in, or a crafty item for one of your crafty friends, and it's really easy to make. Once I get the lid on, I used the new Fresh Freesia cardstock and DSP from the Pansy Petals suite, and I just added a little pansy leaves on some foam pads and a little greeting on the top. So we're going to do something similar with the soft succulent cardstock. We're going to use the polished pink ink for the sentiment, and we're going to use another bit of the Pansy Petals DSP. So you could either use the gingham side or you could use the floral side. I'm going to use a bit of both. So these are your matte layers which will go on to the sides and top. So I've got two pieces of cardstock. One is the base, which measures 6.5 by 6.5, and we're going to score at 1 3/4 all the way round. And then I've got the lid, which measures 6 9/16 squared, and then scored at 1 3/4 again all the way round. So I'm just going to score them just now. Just bring my camera up slightly. So I'm going to make sure I score this at the right bit, because the last video I was making I was scoring it at the wrong bit. So 1 1/2, 1 3/4, that looks better. So remember to use if you're using one of these trimmers, use your light grey handle, not your dark grey, or you'll end up cutting. So score that all the way round, and I will rub off my measurements. There we go, it's the base done, and then we're just going to do the same with the lid at 1 3/4 inches. Just line it up. There we go. And it's just easier to write in pencil your lid and your base so that you don't get mixed up, because it's very easy to get them mixed up. That's very easy to just rub it out after you've done it all. So that's all my scoring done. I'm now going to cut into my box shape. So I'm going to cut up each of these score lines just to that next score line, and I'm going to wedge a little bit out of each bit, like so. And I'm going to wedge the edges as well, because I just think it's a bit of a neater finish when you kind of wedge the edges off. So just do the same at the opposite side. This here. I really do like these colours, they're so pretty, especially with spring coming in. And then what I want to do is cut them up the middle, because we don't need that full flap. It would just be too much cardstock in one place. Okay, so that's your base done. Just going to do the same with our lid. So cutting up, wedging, this is what we call wedging. Just wedging off that edge as well. So you could see why you would get mixed up with the base and the lid, because they look so similar. So that's why it's a good idea to pencil in which is which. There we go. So that's our lid finished. Oh, I forgot to cut these in half, so cut these in half again, roughly in half, because we don't need all that extra cardstock. And it will allow it in a nice neater finish. There we go. So just give them a wee fold and burnish, because that was something I didn't do before I started to cut it up. So just burnish all the score lines over. I don't seem to have my burnishing tool with me, but just do it quite easily like that. And then our base, the same. Just fold over the score lines and give them a burnish. Same with the flaps at the sides. There we go. Now this is our base, so we don't need to put any DSP onto that. It's just the lid we're putting onto. So we can now rub this away. I'm going to find my rubber. Where did I put it? I had it a second ago because I was rubbing something out, but who knows? Oh, here it is. Here it is. I've just got a little putty rubber. So you can just rub that off because you don't need that anymore. So, and then we can just make up the base. And if you want, you can use red liner tape, you could use glue, you could use whatever you really want to. I am actually using a tape runner, which I find is quite easy to use. So you just bring the sides up to meet each other. Make sure they're straight against each straight edges up against each other. Same with this one. And then do the same on here. But you could, if you want the box to be quite sturdy and stay sturdy, use something like wet glue, red liner tape, a very sticky perhaps tape pen. I mean, this is sticky, it's sticky and it will stay together, but so that's our base. Now we're going to concentrate on our top. So our top needs some DSP on it, so I think I'm going to do that first. I didn't do that on the last one I made, I just made it up and then put the bits on, but I think I'm going to do it this way instead. So I'm going to use this side for the lid, and I'm going to use, I think, some of the gingham for there and those two gingham as well, so that it looks like that. So the layers for this are, this one is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and the rectangles are 2 3/4 by 1.5 inches. So I'm just quickly going to do that so we can stick that on and get our box together. So just leaving a little tiny border round, just pop that on all these rectangles. like so. And our last, oh, wrong way. Really did it the wrong way. So, there we go, and then we can stick this on. We don't need to rub that away because we've got this to hide it. So if we just do that round on all fours. Like so, and then we'll just stick this onto the middle with a little border round, like so. And then we can pop it together. So we want to do the same thing. We want to put our, bring this in as well. We want to put our tape runner on the flaps, like so, and bring it up just so it's level. There we go. And then a tip that I got from the video from Jill was if you put your box onto your box base, and then you know that that's going to fit because you'll be able to glue these in and it'll fit snugly. So if I just check that that's going to be fine, that bit keeps falling out. Yeah, that looks like it's going to fit. So what I need to do is pop my two pieces onto the flaps, 2 bits of glue, and then pop them in like so. Make sure it's all lined up, and then just make sure they're stuck down, and then that's your box if you can get it back open again. Yeah, maybe done it a bit too tightly, but what to do as well was another wee tip was if you've got a punch, a small punch, you can punch a couple of holes into the two opposite sides of each other so that you've got a thumb hole. So just try and line that up. And then that helps to open the box. I'll pop that back in again. There we go. You see, so you can grab it and open it easier. And then I'll just pop it back in. So now I've just got my greeting to do. So I've got a nice little, you could pop a bow around it if you wanted, a belly band. I'm just going to do this, and I've got a nice little stamp which says thanks on it, and I'm going to also use the another in colour, polished pink, just to write the thanks on it. And I'm just going to pop that bit to the sort of right hand side, like so. And then I've got a little box of pansies, not that one, got a little box I've already made with some pansies on it, and I'm going to pop that onto the top. So I'm just going to pop this on first, just on the top there, like so, and then I'm just going to decide what pansy, if I'll put a big pansy or if I'll put a little pansy on it. The big one's quite nice. Not sure. I've got that one as well, which is quite nice too. I might put a smaller one on as well. Smaller ones are quite nice. Let's see. I've got that one that I used before. I think I'll put that one on. So I'm just going to put it on flat this time. I'm just going to pop it on here, like so. And I have got, just put my ink away. I don't think I've got any leaves left cut out. Oh, I have one here. I'll just pop that leaf on as well. Just have that there. Pop these away. And I've got this lovely little bumblebee embellishment, which I'm going to pop on. And I'm going to use, should have a glue dot somewhere. I'm going to use a glue dot for that. Yes, so I actually need my pickup tool just to get a wee dot, roll that into a wee dot, and then I'm going to pick up this tiny little bumblebee. It's so pretty, and I'm going to pop my glue dot on the back, like so. Make sure it's not peeking out over the edges too much. I think that was probably a bit of a big glue dot. And then I'm just going to, just trying to see where's the best place to pop it. I think I'll pop it on there. There we go, and that's how you make that little gift box. As I say, it's perfect for, here's the other one. It's perfect for a little hand cream, body butter, or you could even put chocolate, some biscuits, small pack of biscuits, chocolates, you name it, just whatever you want. So, yeah, that's my 2 boxes. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'm trying to get more subscribers. Please share the video if you think you know that there's somebody might like it. And if you want to leave a comment, please do, and give me a thumbs up. Look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.